All right, welcome to today's video, everybody. I'm going to be doing an experiment today. It could be a colossal failure, but if it is, you're going to go ahead and witness it firsthand along with me. I am, as you probably know, technologically challenged, and I'm going to be reviewing an interesting video that I found on YouTube in today's video. And I want to get your feedback on it if this thing goes properly. As always, this channel is brought to you by the RV Dealers I Trust Network. These are RV dealers that I trust implicitly. I hope that when you purchase an RV, that you buy from anybody, but at least give these folks an opportunity to earn your business. Now, on yesterday's video, I had Andy had emailed me and asked for some advice on what Andy, A-N-D-I, don't know if it's a boy or a girl. But what kind of RV would be best for them? They were asking about a Class B van and wanting something that was dependable. And I told them that my preference for me is a pickup truck camper. And there are not very many places compared with travel trailer dealers that sell pickup truck campers. But I found one, and I do business with these folks, and it is Cheyenne Camping Center up in Walcott, Iowa. I'm going to play, Andy, if you're watching or if you're interested in a pickup truck camper, I don't think there's a better place to buy one. And I'm going to play a part of this phone call, and it's specifically for you, Andy, or anybody that's interested in a camper van. And then stick with me. I've got this video I'm going to do a what do they call them? A review on side by side with you, and I want to get your input. Here we go.
Hello. Tim?
Yeah.
Alan Warren down in Texas. Did I catch you at a bad time, or you got a minute?
Oh, I got a minute.
Well, good. I understand you just bought your stuff. You went all the way to Iowa to buy a camper. What's up with that?
I couldn't find one cheap here, so I bought a 24 up there for less than what I would have bought a 22 here.
I want you to listen to that again. Actually, I'll just repeat it. He bought a 24 for less than he could have bought a 22 where he's from. I think he's from Arkansas. But here's some more of that phone call. Then we're going to get on to reviewing this video.
How did they treat you there at Cheyenne?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. It was, Erin up there, she is first class. I mean, she really took care of me.
Have you ever owned a camper before, or is this your first one?
No, I've had several. This is the first truck camper I've had, but I've had pop-ups and fifth wheels, pull-behinds. Well, it was actually a lot better than anywhere I've ever been before. I didn't feel like they were just trying to sell me something and thanks, got your money, get the hell out. I felt kind of like they treated me like part of the family.
All right, I'm not going to play any more of his my phone call with him, but you can listen to that and dozens of other very happy campers at RVDealersITrust.com. I love these people. I love Cheyenne Camping Center, and hopefully, Andy, that is helpful to you, helpful information. All right, so now I'm going to segue into a video that I found recently that is, I just watched it. It is so interesting to me, and I hope that you find it interesting as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and play it again. This could be a colossal failure from technology. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing up. So please bear with me. Push the right button there, Wingman. All right, here we go.
A society.
Hang on, I already screwed up. Let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Cannibalism, asexuality, and violence. A society that had collapsed. What's going on here?
Yeah, what's going on here? And they're talking about rats, but I think you'll see the parallel and why I find it so interesting. And I'm putting a link to the people that produced this video in the description down below. They deserve full credit.
In 1972, John B. Calhoun detailed the specifications of a Utopia designed for mice, built in the laboratory. Every aspect of Universe 25, as this particular model was called, was designed to cater for the well-being of its rodent residents, increase their lifespan, and allow them to mate. There was abundant food, water, and nesting material. The universe was cleaned regularly. There were no predators, the temperature stable. Paradise. Or maybe not. 4 pairs of disease-free mice selected from the National Institute of Health's elite breeding colony moved in on day 1.
So I want you to picture what they just said. Everything's provided. It's heaven on earth. It's a utopia. And only 4 pairs of breeding mice, healthy breeding mice, were put into the enclosure. This was heaven, right? Watch what happens.
It took months for the rodents to familiarize themselves with their new world. Then they started to reproduce, and the population increased exponentially, doubling every 55 days. Those were the good times in paradise. Past day 315, more than 600 mice now lived in Universe 25, rubbing shoulders on their way up and down the stairwells to eat, drink, and sleep. Population growth slowed. Young ones found themselves born into a world with far more mice than meaningful social roles. Males faced a lot of competitors to defend their territory against. Many found that so stressful they gave up. Normal discourse within the community broke down, and with it the ability of mice to form social bonds. Lone females retreated to isolated nesting boxes on penthouse levels. Other males, a group Calhoun termed the beautiful ones, never sought sex and never fought. They just ate, slept, and groomed, wrapped in narcissistic introspection.
Hang on just a second. Ate, slept, and groomed, and played on their iPhones. Do you see any parallels here with society? I certainly do. I want to hear your comments. This is short. Again, this is an experiment. It may not be working at all. I'm going to try to keep this short, but let's go ahead with Calhoun's, the continuation of this experiment. What the heck happened in Utopia?
Elsewhere, cannibalism, asexuality, and violence became endemic. Mouse society had collapsed. On day 560, the population peaked at 2,200 mice. A few mice survived past weaning until day 600, after which there were few pregnancies and no surviving young. As the population had stopped regenerating itself, its path to extinction was clear. The mice had lost the capacity to rebuild their numbers. Many that could still conceive, such as the beautiful ones and their secluded singleton female counterparts, had lost the social ability to do so. On day 920 was the last conception. The last mouse died on May 23, 1973, 4 years and 10 months after colonization.
All of them are gone. They lived in heaven. They lived in Utopia. Everything was provided for them. Does that remind you of anything? I see this as I don't know, a snapshot of where we are today in our world. Everything has been so easy for so many people for so long. We stopped working. We stopped fighting to produce, to construct, to build, to think, to struggle, to build those bonds with others. Our numbers have multiplied, and we're looking at other people to give us things, take care of us. And now we're starting to separate into these groups, cannibals, the gangs on the streets, the people that are aimless, the people, the beautiful ones. Who are they? Who do you see are the beautiful ones? They're the ones that they don't want a job. They don't want to get married. They just want to exist, just survive. What's going to happen? Do you see, like I see, the parallels here with this experiment? The video's almost over, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Let me know what you think. Do you like this kind of a thing? If not, that's okay. You know, this is kind of harder for me to produce and too many buttons to remember to push and win.
Calhoun later said that the creatures had died 2 deaths. The first was that of their spirit and their society. The second death was that of their physical body. It was not the first time the ethologist had built a world for rodents. Calhoun had been creating utopian environments for rats and mice since the 1940s, with consistent results. Overpopulation leads to explosive violence and hypersexual activity, followed by asexuality, self-destruction, and extinction. In his widely cited paper, Population Density and Social Pathology, Calhoun concluded, no matter how sophisticated we are, once the number of individuals capable of filling social roles greatly exceeds the number of such roles, only violence and disruption can follow. He then referred to a phenomenon he called behavioral sync. Behavioral sync is our desire to be in the presence of others, to be conditioned to seek to be near others, and to be drawn to the crowd, in spite of the conflicts that this can generate.
Are you seeing some of the things I'm seeing? Drop a comment below. Let me know if you find this interesting or if it's boring. If it's interesting, type 1. If you find this boring, like, where did this guy get off? Type 2. Boring, type 2. Interesting, type 1.
Drawing from Calhoun's popular research, social scientists started to call for restrictions on reproduction as the only possible response to the world's rising population. Calhoun himself was more optimistic about our future. He argued, as our physical space declines, we are forced to extend a conceptual space, our network of ideas and technologies. Later in his career, he turned to possible solutions and began to build creative universes that minimize the ill effects of overcrowding. What are your thoughts? Is overcrowding a danger for mankind, or does it only affect rodents? And if so, what can save the human psyche? Avoiding eye contact in crowded places is one strategy, but is that enough? To read more about Universe 25 and its cultural impact, read the paper of Edmund Ramsden and John Adams. You'll find
All right, so I'm going to put a link to that video and you can check out that channel below. I find this kind of thing fascinating. When I was younger, I didn't, it's like, that's the most boring thing ever. I was not interested in this kind of thing. But as I get older, I don't know about you, but I try to look and say, what is going on here? And I see these parallels. And I found this video and I thought, I just need to share it. Do you see any parallels with society or not? Do you think that our population has gotten so big with so many people that don't have to produce anymore, that we're taking the money, we're printing money, we're paying people to do nothing? Come on. Yep. What border? Come on in. Here's yours. Here's yours. Here's yours. What's going to happen if the government says, hey, we can't keep giving you this? Can you imagine if Social Security was cut off? Sorry, we don't have the money. What kind of a revolt would there be? A bunch of old gray-haired men and women would be angry, rightfully so. What about these military-age males that, there's lots of them, and they got a free one of these and a free place to live, and they got clothes, and they got all kinds of stuff. What did they have to do for it? Just get here. Is this going to be another one of those Experiment 25 things? Are we collapsing? Are we going in that direction? Then we're going to collapse? I don't know. Like to know what you think. Thank you for watching today's video. Again, this channel is about, well, it started out being about RVing and about RVs and campgrounds, but it's more morphed into about life. And RVing is important. I think it is. RVing and camping provides a connection with the natural world, to get away from the crowds, to make a connection with other people, to connect deeper and better with our Creator, and do it with that box on wheels. What do they say? A skate on wheels. I think an RV is a pretty cool thing for most people to have. But drop a comment below. Let me know if you like this kind of reaction type of video. If you did, great. If not, that's okay. If you liked it, type 1. If you think this kind of thing is boring, type 2. And you will not hurt my feelings either way. Thank you for joining me around this virtual campfire. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and that you are subscribed to this channel. I'm Alan Warren, the Wingman. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.